In today's world, having a sense of community is powerful and something many of us seek when looking for a place to live. Joining me today for RBC She is the Boss is community builder Alicia Simms, the founder and CEO of Truro Buzz Media and Promotions. Originally from Mount Pearl, Newfoundland, Alicia moved to Truro, Nova Scotia in 2014 and opened not one, but two successful businesses, Rolling Sea Tattooery and Secret Nova Scotia Tours. Inspired by her love for her new home and a sense of pride, community, and authenticity she never felt elsewhere, Alicia also launched Truro Buzz, and what began as a passion project quickly became a full-scale advertising and media company that forever changed the course of her life. Welcome to the show, Alicia.
Thank you so much for having me.
You're a little bit of a powerhouse. 3 businesses.
Yeah, it definitely didn't begin that way. It's organically grown from where I've been and just circumstances that happened with things I was passionate about. But yeah, 3 businesses.
We talked to a lot of female entrepreneurs. Where does that entrepreneurial spirit come from?
That's a good question, because I don't have any small business owners or entrepreneurs in my family. I don't know. For me, it came from a sense of freedom in the beginning. I had worked for someone else for 7 years in the tattoo industry. And when I decided I was ready to leave Newfoundland and come to Nova Scotia, I was traveling a lot. It was a lot easier for me to do that from here. I decided, I looked into working for other people, and I decided I want to kind of take the leap to work for myself because I really wanted the sense of freedom to be able to work anywhere through the country, internationally. And I didn't want to be tied to a schedule where I had to be there for someone else. So that's where it began for me. And then the rest of the businesses kind of grew from there.
So Truro, you fell in love with Truro, you felt a sense of community there. What led you to decide you needed to promote it and to share the people in that community with others?
Well, like a lot of great opportunities, I kind of just fell into it. When I told people I was leaving Newfoundland, moving to Truro, Nova Scotia, most people were like, why? Because it's really small. It's just under 13,000 people in the Truro area. And I moved here because it was exactly what I was looking for at the time. Like it was central to everything in Nova Scotia. It's an hour from Halifax. It's another hour over to New Brunswick. So I was right in the middle of it. And it had that small town vibe, but just urban enough for what I was looking for. Like it had a Winners, there's a theater. I'm like 15 minutes from any grocery stores. So it was really up to speed for what I was looking for at the time. And then once I moved here, I just fell in love with the people. There were such great business owners here. They were doing amazing things. They wanted to collaborate. They were organizing festivals. And I need to share this with everybody. So I started to share it on social media and people were really paying attention. And then through that, Truro Buzz was born and it became the unintentional business I never meant to have.
I will have to say to you, and I have to give full disclosure here, my family is from Cape Breton Island. So
Oh,
I think people from the East Coast are particularly special. I just find them, I'm hearing what you're saying about the kindness and the sense of community that exists on the East Coast. It is unlike a lot of the rest of Canada in that sense. So I can understand you saying this.
it really, and it's funny, I just got back from a week in Cape Breton Island. We were working up there all over the island for the last week. And that's even different again. What a beautiful place it was. People were incredible. The scenery, oh my God, it was so great. So yeah, Nova Scotia or East Coasters of Canada really do have a different flavor all on their own.
So somebody's listening to this right now and they probably have a good idea stewing in their brain for a business they'd like to start. What would you say to them to encourage them to just jump in?
I have no formal business training at all. I went to the Nova Scotia College of Art and Design. I did a degree in that. And from there, I never thought I would own my own business. Like it still blows my mind now, but you don't have to have a business degree or formal business training to have a business. And I think that's a really important fact for people to know because it hindered me in the beginning. Like I'm looking down the barrel of writing a business plan. It's a scary thing, but if you have a passion for something, you can do it and you can learn the rest. Hopefully not as you go, but yes, as you go as well. I mean, I started my first business in 2014, and now here we are 7 years later with two other businesses toting behind it and all doing pretty well so far. So it's all about, using the resources that are available to you, asking questions of people who are doing the same kinds of work. If you see someone doing something and wonder how they did it, ask them, reach out to help, look for classes, but don't let not having a business degree or that kind of formal knowledge hold you back from exploring the entrepreneurial side of what could be the greatest thing that ever happened to you.
And I want to touch briefly on Truro Buzz is online. You do a lot of promotion online. And as we know, that space can sometimes invite negativity. How do you deal with that?
It's funny because when I actually started Truro Buzz, it wasn't about me. I wasn't in it. It was like, oh, here's a restaurant, here's an event, things like that. But as it started to become a business and gain momentum, I met with some business strategists about how do I take this to the next step? I don't have this training. And they said, well, I think it should be about you. You need to insert yourself into it. They need to know you, follow along with you, want to come on adventures with you. And I was like, that sounds like an invitation for trolls, and I am not interested in that. But I did get over my fears of it and do it. And yeah, negative comments absolutely happen. But the more you do it, the more you realize most people who are being negative online, it's not about you at all. And they may not be people who followed you at all. People just like to spew negativity sometimes. So like, take it with a grain of salt. I mean, you can engage with it, you can not engage with it. I would never say this is how you handle it because it's different for everybody. I've learned that most times I'd say, okay, well, thanks for taking the time to express your opinion, or you don't have to follow me on here if you're not seeing things you like. But it can really be realizing that it's more about what's going on with that person than what you're doing. So try and take it just one thing at a time.
Okay. Well, I think tourism out east is going to boom in the next little while. People are itching to get out of their house. So I want them to know what's going on in Truro and how to connect with you. How can they do that?
Absolutely. If you're in this area and want to look up Truro Buzz, you can find us on Instagram at Truro Buzz. We also have a website, turobuzz.com. And we also do a weekly newsletter, which is a snapshot of all the things that are happening within that week that you can get right to your email. And you can sign up for that at turobuzz.com. Or if you want to see any of the many things I'm working on at the moment, you can find me at Alicia E Tattoo on Instagram or Twitter.
All right. Thank you to Alicia Simms from Truro Buzz Media for joining me today. And thank you to our sponsor, RBC. RBC is here to support you through digital first solutions, advice, and services that go beyond banking to help realize your true potential, because owning a small business takes something special. That's why RBC is behind you every step of the way. Visit rbc.com/business.